what is good, peeps, and welcome to X to Skip, the weekly patch notes. What it is, it's your boy. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Hopefully this is going to be a good year. Once again, it's your boy Tom Ziri. Joined with me, I got Maxwell. Welcome back, man. How you doing?
Yo, man, it's been a while.
Hella long, bro. Jesus, it's almost been a month, technically. But yeah, I mean, here we are. And with us, we also have Kojo coming back. What's good, fam?
Dylan, how are you doing?
Hey, chilling like a villain as well, my boy. And it's been hella hot as of late with all this rain and everything. But, you know, we keeping good and we keeping Gucci. The best part about it as well is like we're staying indoors, you know, and keeping entertained and all that. And yeah, 2024 has been a wild year in terms of all the gaming that we've experienced. And hopefully 2025 is going to be even better. But before we dive into what we feel, you know, has been quite a turn in terms of the gaming years in the past year and coming into the fresh, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the episodes that we release for the year to come. And we're going to make it fun this year. Trust and believe. And yeah, with that being said, does anyone have any dates, announcements, anything interesting you did over the holidays?
Nah, it was a pretty quiet holiday season. Nothing spectacular.
Oh, wait.
I wish I had to regale with.
Okay. Nah, no stress, bro. Kojo, anything from your side, man?
Nah, nothing.
Alright, for me, I got into Elite Dangerous, so be sure to check that out.
Before we came online, I just saw about the whole Asmund Gold Elon Musk thing. I don't know if you guys saw it.
No. Fuck.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Is this recent?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a couple of hours ago, Musk just leaked DM messages between him and Asmund Gold where he's basically belittling Asmund Gold out of nowhere, where it's just like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
To go after the Titan of Titans. So Elon, first of all, when he tried to like say he was the best Diablo 4 player in the whole of like was it just the US? Was it in the world? I can't remember, but that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, bro. Oh.
I think was he claiming he's in the top 100 or top 200, something like that.
Yeah, top 100. And then when he said he's like the top 2 in all of US, I was just like, nah, fam, come on, bro.
Yeah, nah. I'm genuinely surprised alarm bells didn't ring for most people when he claimed that, because for me, when I heard that, right, I dismissed it because I was like, maybe I didn't hear it from the horse's mouth, because eventually I saw the Joe Rogan conversation of him discussing it. But I heard it I saw people talking about on Twitter and stuff like that, say, man, this guy's pretty good and all of that stuff. And I was just like, maybe I'm misunderstanding what's going on here, because in my head, it didn't compute well. I was just like, you cannot be a billionaire and be excellent at games, because the time investment required to be a high level gamer does not compute with being a billionaire who runs multiple companies or who has multiple companies under his name, even if maybe you're not necessarily the guy who makes all the decisions. You have other people who make all the decisions, but just being available, going to meetings, looking over your company, seeing the direction it's heading, trying to direct it in different ways and all of that stuff is very time consuming. So when I heard that, I just thought maybe people are misunderstanding what he's trying to say, and that he's not exactly this top gamer. He's maybe just saying when he can, he's putting a lot of hours into the game overall. That was my impression. So I just dismissed it, thinking people were misunderstanding. Then that whole thing came up. What was the game? Path of Exile or something else?
Yeah, it was Path of Exile, because first was Diablo, then it was PoE.
Yeah, so the Diablo thing, I only heard it by and I dismissed it. Path of Exile, that's when now I see, oh, this guy is streaming online. And the way he's playing is like, nah. Even I don't play these games, but even if I'm playing like that, I'll be like, no, surely there's a more efficient way to play these games than to be playing like this. So for somebody who claims to put in several hours, it's like, nah, this does not compute. I was just like, either he's bought that account or somebody else plays it for him. And then I saw people breaking it down and pointing out all of the different errors he did. And I was just like, yeah, I'm glad people are now catching on, because I'm not here to hate, but being a top gamer requires, I personally don't think it's a skill issue. I think it's a time issue. Not everybody has the time capacity to put in those kind of hours. And I say this with regards to any game, whether it's a fighting game, a strat game, or whatever competitive game. I don't think skill is a barrier for people to be top. Time is the true enemy, in my opinion. Other people might be like, nah, you're full of shit. Skill is a factor. Personally, I don't believe it is.
Yeah, I'm totally agreeing with you, bro. But yeah, let's recap what happened in 2024 in any case. And yeah, starting with Max, bro, like how was 2024 for you in terms of everything that happened in the gaming year?
That's a tough one to get into.
Damn straight.
My memory to begin with is terrible. Kojo, don't make any comment with regards to that. But then changing countries also didn't help the flow of things, where I've been consumed with trying to settle down in Japan and whatnot, and I'm hoping that it doesn't affect my 2025. But looking into 2024 and just doing brush overall strokes of it, the areas that do stand out to me is how some people were complaining about how it was a dull gaming year, where I'm just like, absolutely not. I recall saying it's going to be a dope gaming year, and I do think it was a dope gaming year because there were so much things that came out for frankly all the platforms. Like normally, if I use Xbox as an example, we don't really have much to get excited about with Xbox, but then this time around, Xbox was actually releasing stuff, albeit it's from, their multiple third-party companies that they've acquired as opposed to build up. And hopefully in 2025, we see more of that. Like there's that one game which looks very interesting to me. I keep forgetting the name, but it's like that game that looks like it's based in Southern America, like in the, what the fuck is that time period? I forget. Anyway, whatever. With that black chick as the main character. Kojo, what's the name of the game? I know you also feel interested in it, so you'll probably remember the name.
Oh, I'm thinking Far Cry 6, bro.
But yes, it is South of Midnight.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so games like that, which hopefully more of those will come out this year, but sticking to 2024, yeah. I think 2024 was a good gaming year. We had a plentiful amount of games. People who whinge about, nah, not enough game, have their own personal issues to deal with. And I think 2025 is going to continue the tempo of having quite a few number of good games to play. And then we have the gaming awards, where it was actually an improvement compared to past gaming awards, which was refreshing. I don't like the length of the gaming awards. They're too long in my opinion. But this one actually was paced well enough that you didn't feel the time as badly. And with the pacing was also at least decent announcement. The whole thing of, there'll be announcements to blow your mind was bullshit. Fuck Jeff Grubb. Fuck Jason Schreier for that shit. And fuck anybody else who tries to defend the whole thing of, nah, they were big games announced. No, they weren't big games announced. They were niche games announced. If you personally love a certain type of game, then yes, you had something to get excited for. But if you're play games in general, those games were not exciting. Were not, I'm jumping off of my seat over. Especially, they were not two or more of those. There was probably one. For me, that was Onimusha. That's it. The other game's like, oh, okay, that's cool that's coming back. Or that's cool that's there. Let's see. What else about 2024? That was the year of Musk. claiming to be a gaming god. We had the whole Kai Cenat type of streams.
Yeah, that show was crazy.
Yeah, nah. Maybe other things will pop up in my head when you guys are reflecting on your 2024. But for me, that's really what mostly stood out. I would like to get a PS5 so I can finally be playing some of these fucking games, because for my own hubris has made me hold back on certain PS4/PS5 games. I don't want to play them at a lower experience. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to touch these games until I get a PS5. So there's a number of games which are on my to get list when I eventually get a PS5. But then now we had the whole Nintendo Switch 2 announcement, and I never thought I'd be in this situation, but now I'm contemplating getting a Switch 2. Not because I think, a Switch is a great console. I've never cared for the Switch. I've never cared for the games Nintendo makes. They're not my type of game, so I can live my entire life never touching a Nintendo platform. But the lifestyle in Japan just complements a mobile device. Like, if I was a PC gamer, I would have probably gotten a Steam Deck over a Switch type. Let me just say over a Switch. But because I'm not a PC gamer, I don't have a library or anything like that. It just makes sense for me to maybe get a Switch 2. The only problem with it is, what the fuck would I play on that thing?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my reflection of 2024. I don't know if you guys have anything to add to what I've said, or have your own comments on what I've said. But if you don't, we can ease into one of you guys' opinions.
Yeah, Kojo, what you got, bro?
2024 was a year of incredible highs for games and incredible lows for games as well. And it was an interesting year. There was, as Mike said, some people thought it was a dull year. There was some games that came out of left field, like Astrobot was, I believe, announced last year and also released last year. It wasn't like it was announced the year prior or anything. So that was a surprise. And obviously he went on to win Game of the Year and a bunch of other game awards. And yeah, you also had, like, it was an interesting year for me because it was not like a blockbuster amazing game year, but it was a great game year. If you look at the Game of the Year nominees at the Game Awards, you had, something for everybody. Your quirky indie game like Balatro, to your platformer like Astrobot, to your action adventure game that was Black Myth, and the rest of them. It was what's it called? It was a good year. It was a good year for games. Also a sad year for games. Lots of layoffs. Lots of layoffs. Studio shutdowns.
Actually, yeah.
Game shutdowns, yeah. It was, yeah. And I don't think we're gonna see that slow down anytime soon, unfortunately. But from a gaming point of view, I think it was a good year. Content creator wise, it was a great year for them. You had obviously your big names, Speed, Kai, Queso doing amazing things. But you also had, if you look at the Stream Awards, which again I spoke with Max at length about them and how I don't really watch them, and it's just a popularity thing. But then there were a few names like unknowns who are getting their flowers sort of kind of, which is a good thing. And so you got people like, as Kai pointed, Kai shone a light on that girl who is still streaming to this day, Emily CC. Things like that, content creators like that, pushing boundaries, not necessarily pushing boundaries, but content creators like that are not on the mainstream. But again, people are, we need more content creators to watch. Like Twitch, I think Twitch said there were like 9 million unique streamers last year in their Twitch Wrapped. I could be very wrong. I'll fix that number next episode if I, but like, there's so many streamers now, and it's hard to get your name out there. But we need more streamers. I'm not saying the old ones, we're tired of them. We're not, because they keep on doing new content. But we just need fresh faces. I think, that's it for my thoughts on the year 2024. Over to you, Tommy.
All right. So this entire time, I was going to say y'all be smoking that pack and speaking in italics, because going back to what Max said is that, like, if you didn't find the year amazing, then it's for own personal reason, and goddamn it is, because gaming is personal to me, my niggas. So let me start with the gaming side of it. Firstly, I don't think there was a single game I was excited for at all. Black Myth Wukong was hyped, but it wasn't like hold on, my nigga, hold up. That's what I'm saying. This is personal. It wasn't like oh shit, I'm gonna save up for this motherfucking game. Like, I think the only thing that actually made me excited for the year was The War Within for World of Warcraft. For obvious reasons, it's a personal game that I like. Black Myth Wukong, again, was just it. A lot of people spoke about it. It was hype. Yeah. It looked cool. Trailers were great and all that type of shit. But like, it didn't scream enough to me to be like, okay, let me save, like a couple hundreds, once a month to build up to get that game, regardless of PC, PS5, whatever. It just wasn't screaming like, like, get this game now type shit, right? And then another thing is like, also F1 24, happy that came out as well. But again, it's not screaming get it. It's like, to me, it's like, okay, I can wait. Okay, it's all good. Yeah, gaming awards, man, look, trailers, that's all I saw. Trailers. Besides, they didn't even show GTA 6, so like, it's, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, again, keeping it personal and unbiased. Kojo and them gave you your unbiased shit. Y'all are coming at it with the 92+8. Next up, fuck it. Let me get the esports out the way as well, because the only highlight for me was SKT T1 coming back as the champions. I'm not even worried about that. That was cool. That was dope. Death to Apex as well. May we never see it rise again. And I don't know, man. Like, seeing Fortnite, also competitions coming back because of the old building type shit coming through and everyone running all these tournaments. I mean, that was cool. That was yay. Shout out to Epic Games. Moving on to the content creator side, yes. Kai Cenat's Mafiathon, dope as hell. The Emily CC part, I will be honest. At first, when I heard the Emily CC thing, I thought it was an OnlyFans model. So I was like, you know what? Hey, do you, sis? And then there was also the whole Lillian Phillips. Now that was a doozy, because that actually got me to start watching Candace Owens, which is...
Why are you bringing that up?
Bro, it's content creation, my nigga. So, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a boomer. Is Lillian Phillips who I think it is?
Yes.
1001.
That is disgusting.
Hey, I'm just like, dog, people are doing the wildest thing for views, my guy. The wildest things. Mr. Beast now being on flipping Amazon. My nigga, like, what is happening? So the whole Mr. Beast thing as well with the like the whole of 2024 with this whole turmoil.
I'll agree with you about people doing the wildest things for views, because I was watching this YouTube video which was talking about, I didn't know this thing had happened, but you guys remember the cartoon Danny Phantom?
Of course.
And then you guys remember that ghost character Ember something, the female rock star ghost?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know there was like a fan base for her, where there was one guy who went off and actually went off and started shooting people and killed himself as well, so that, because he was obsessed with Ember and all of these different things. I didn't know that, but the guy would be making cringe videos on YouTube and whatnot. And when I was seeing that, I was like, yes. Back in the days when people were making videos just for the sake of making videos, they weren't making videos to monetize and make money and make that YouTube ad revenue stuff. Where I want to ask you guys, I segue into that to ask you guys, which period do you prefer? Back in the days when people were making cringy ass videos, but the videos were genuine, or nowadays where people are making more calculated videos, but then it's just for the dollars.
Oh, dude, like hands down, old school. Like if you really think about it, going back into the whole old school, yeah.
I was just gonna say I prefer new school. I prefer it now. It's soulless. 100% it's soulless, but I prefer the quality of the videos we're getting now than what we're getting back in those days.
Yeah, quality, but versus quality in terms of how it is, but versus the quality of what's in it. Kojo, your thoughts?
There is merit to both sides.
Oh, come on, guys.
What do you mean, guys?
Listen,
You can't see it right now, but I have the biggest smile on my face.
no, because I mean, Max, you obviously on the whole thing of the new. Kojo's on the fence. I'm trying to pull Kojo to my side because, guys. Okay, Kojo, you go. Why are you on the fence? Okay.
So, both of you are right. You know, Max, I was going to say the same thing. New school, the quality is just on a whole other level. Like, insane. Like, you know, and it is due to a lot of things. It's due to the rise of technology and different technological devices like, you know, IRS cameras, more sophisticated editing tools that we can use to really do all these amazing things. Whereas back in the day, you had your in 2006, 2005, you had a webcam and you would just do funny things in front of your webcam like Smosh, you know. That's a good example. Let me use Smosh. Smosh, back in the day, huge channel, grew up. It was just two dudes fooling around having fun. Then as they grew older, they got bought by a company. And pardon?
I was gonna say pause. Two dudes having fun. Hey.
Oh my god, Tommy. But yes, two dudes. Fuck you, Tommy. Not two dudes creating PG content for the internet, and as you know, time grew older, they started becoming more corporate. Not their fault, but you know, things get more expensive. Companies look at you like, oh, hey, we want to buy your thing, fund your project, whatever. And they became more corporate to the point where one of them left because he felt that the content was becoming too corporate, you know. So it's a both sides thing. Like again, quality is amazing. You still have your individuals that are doing old school type content, but with new tools. But then nowadays, it's majority just corporations or people backed by corporations. You know, it's harder to find individuals who are creating content that is not playing the YouTube game, if that makes sense. That doesn't have the overused thumbnails, the clickbaity titles, the editing style that will grab the most viewers, you know, that kind of stuff. It's hard to find genuine content. Whereas back in the day, nobody was making money, so people were just doing it for fun. But again, the quality wasn't there. So which side do I lean on? I don't know.
That quality issue is my biggest grievance because the whole thing other people love, like Gojo, what you just said, like Smosh, Rooster Teeth, Red and Blue, all of those things, Pure Ownage, all those things. I was aware of all of those things. I just didn't care for them because I looked at them. I was just like, yeah, it's great that guys are coming together and making these things that they love, but it's cringe. I can't get through it because it's so fucking cringe. And the improvement of quality for me has allowed red, white, and what was it? Red, white, and yellow, whatever that was, or RYBW, whatever the fuck that thing is called. All of those different things, I knew of them. I would check them out. Could never sit through it because it was just so fucking hella cringe. But because quality has improved and because the new stuff have been built on the back of those old stuff where people now have a better appreciation of how to create content, these things are easier to watch. Yes, they are soulless, Tommy. Yes, they don't have that pure innocence and, oh, I'm just doing this because I love to do this. But man, is it so much easier to watch.
Okay, yeah, nah, I agree, sort of. But I just think like some people just didn't find the right creator to watch. That's just my opinion. You know, I've been watching Dashi for years now, and not once. Well, okay, I mean, here and there he'll ask, but in majority of those videos, he never pushed the whole leave a like and subscribe. That is what everyone says now. That's like template to say how we say it. You know what I'm saying? And like even watching that whole PewDiePie video where he pointed out the same thing, like, you can't watch a YouTube video nowadays without the whole like and subscribe. Back then, people didn't care about that shit, and they would still have YouTube as a career. You know, again, PewDiePie, speaking about him. Granted, not everyone's like PewDiePie, and to become like him, you had to kind of like upgrade.
I would argue I don't like listening to guys like PewDiePie and old school guys complaining about this stuff, because they had the benefit of starting when there was little to no competition. And yes, they were the pioneers, so they had to figure things out as they go. But as somebody who does freelancing work and lives and dies by trying to stand out in a crowd, it is so much fucking easier to make headway when you are starting off where there's very little people on a platform, and then standing out, and then when everybody else starts getting a clue of, wait a minute, this platform's actually special, wait a minute, we can do something with this platform. You have the benefit of a head start. So when PewDiePie is complaining about what people are doing now, I say shut the fuck up. If it's somebody who's new and who's successful and is saying people shouldn't rely on these strategies, then I'm willing to listen to them, because they've started in a competitive environment and they've managed to carve out a slot for themselves without relying on those strategies. But if it's somebody who was there before all of these things came on, I'm not going to listen to them.
But that's my point. Like, why did it all of a sudden become a thing about competition? Like, you barely see YouTubers now like collaborating unless it's a paycheck. Like, it's so sad.
You say it's sad, but then part of a problem is that because now the nature of a platform, it's survival. Like, if you're not trying to get a buck out of it, then you better be earning pretty well from your other endeavors in life, so that this is a hobby to you, as opposed to because YouTube content creation takes up time. With that same time you're using to make it, you could be doing other things which are actually going back into yourself or reinvesting in yourself.
Honestly, as everyone should.
And so unless you have a job or you have investments, or you grew up in money where you don't need to even ever worry about turning YouTube into a monetary thing, then unfortunately that's the way of the game works. What I will say though is, what I'm tired of, I don't guilt people for turning this into a money machine. I say get your money however you can. But I draw a line in having like 5 different platforms where you're monetizing all of the different platforms. Like, if you're monetizing 2 or 3 platforms, a fair number of platforms, I'm like, cool, makes sense. But if you have 5 or whatever platform, then those platforms don't even relate to each other, then that's where I get tired. Like, for example, let's say you've got TikTok and YouTube, and you're monetizing those platforms. Cool. They're both video platforms. One is short form, the other one is multi-format. Cool. Monetize those platforms. But then now when you're throwing in things like, you're also monetizing Facebook, you're also monetizing Instagram, things which don't necessarily relate back to video formats, you are creating a natural arc back into the thing. That's where you lose me. Yes, it's a clever business strat of maximizing your money as far as it can go. But for me, that's when now the soullessness is reaching another level. Because if you're successful on YouTube, and the thing is, a lot of people who do this are already successful on 1 or 2 platforms. They really don't need the other platform.
Exactly.
But then for them, like, more money, hell yeah. And that's where, for me, you lose me. So it's like, if you've got 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and you've got 2 million subscribers on TikTok, and you've got another platform, and you're making more than enough money on those 2 platforms or 3 platforms, and then you're like, you know what, let me also make a web page, let me also make an app, let me also have an Instagram thing. It's just like, bro, what the hell, come on. Like, now it's like, that's pointless. Focus on those other things and maximize them to the point that you can.
But that's my point. Like, you literally proving my point, bro. That's what every YouTuber nowadays is obsessed about. It's just money, and you can feel it in the content that they put out. they've got all the, yes, it's nice, it's quality, it's this and this, it's funny because they've got writers, they've got scripts, they've got this and this. That's why it's funny. That's why it's also short form, is because they've compacted it, But I like to see the ones that do the uhs, the pauses, this and this, the whatnots, Yes, it may be cringe to other people, but to some it isn't. That's the thing. And it comes down to a personal level, but I digress. To those of you listening, hit up in the comments. What do you guys think? Let's make it a conversation and all that. Otherwise, we're finna be here for years.
Circling back, Tabi, I just want to say that I agree with what you're saying with about making too many contents of it. So my hopes, circling back to us, is if we make a success out of this, I hope we don't sell out in the sense that we are trying to maximize money and profits on as many platforms as we can. I hope that we utilize the platforms that make sense to our content instead of saying, okay, let's now start doing this because, hey, there's money to be made. I hope we never do that.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. Because as much as the algorithms and all that are going to change, we have to play the game. Squid.
Fair point.
Yeah. So 2024, bro. Yeah. I don't know. On a personal scale, wasn't for me. But for gamers as a whole, I'm happy y'all ate. Let's hope 2025 is going to be top notch. With that being said, Max, what are you looking forward to, bro, in 2025?
Oh, man, 2025. More games. Specifically, I want to see what comes out of Xbox because they've been building up to, we're going to be doing big things down the years. So it's about time we started seeing those. A lot of people are thinking the whole Activision Blizzard thing was going to take effect immediately. I was never under that belief, under that umbrella. I always knew it was going to take a bit of time. So now I'm hoping we're going to start seeing some of those things. Like I previously mentioned about South of Midnight, and then I hope there are going to be also other games which come out from the Xbox so we can see, is Xbox / Microsoft finally making quality, and can they consistently make quality? And then also it's been very quiet from Sony, so it would be nice to see them start creating new IP again. I'm sick and tired of their current roster of IPs of like your Ghost of Tsushima, your Last of Us, your God of War, your Horizon. I like most of those games, but I would also like to see them invest in other properties and whatnot. Then we've got Nintendo. I don't give a dying fuck about Nintendo, so I've got nothing to say about them. And 2025, yeah, that's it. I just want to see what Sony and Microsoft are going to do for the year. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck you guys who support Nintendo.
Hectic.
Yep.
Brilliant. Insult your fan and listener base. Brilliant strategy.
Bro, that's VHA.
Bro, I don't have fans.
I wonder why.
I have air cons, bro. Kojo? How you feeling about the year, bro?
2025 is shaping up to be a big one.
It better be.
So, just from my side, I just want to see things like, well, it was recently, as of the time of publishing this video, we recently got to see Nintendo surprise dropped the teaser trailer or the reveal trailer for the Switch 2. Looks like a Nintendo Switch. So I just want to see what they say the Nintendo Direct for that console is going to be on the 2nd of April. So yes, Nintendo Switch. I want to see more of that and what games are coming to that platform. If it's going to launch with any specific games, we'll see. Next thing is Sony's Ghost of Tsushima sequel, Ghost of Yotei. I really enjoyed the first one, so looking forward to seeing the second one. Split Fiction, next game from Yosef Fares and his team at Hazelight, co-op game. I love myself a good co-op game, couch or online. So looking forward to that one. Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers. It's a game coming out from the East. I want to see how that one does. Lost Soul Aside, another game coming from the East, which is part of the China Hero project from PlayStation / Sony. Keen to see that one. And then there's a game called Replaced, which has been in development for a long time. It's a 2D cyberpunk type of game. I believe the developers are in Ukraine because the whole issue situation there, you all know what's happening there, sort of delayed the game and put a damper on things. So I think they are hopefully going to release the game this year at some point. Now, the next two games is not so much that I'm interested in playing. I'm just interested in seeing how they release, the states in which they release in, and how they're received. And it's Avowed from Microsoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows from Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed Shadows, without going too deep into it, this looks like it's a make or break game for Ubisoft because Ubisoft is not in a good space right now. The Avatar game didn't sell well. Star Wars Outlaws didn't do well. And there's just been, the buyout rumors from what was company? Was it Tencent?
Maybe.
Yeah, the buyout rumors there. So it's just not looking good. They need a win. They need a win, and they need it now. If you were to ask me, I'll just say release a new Splinter Cell, and that'll be a win. But hey, what do I know?
I need a Max Wayne.
And Avowed, yeah, just want to see how that game is received and that kind of stuff. And then the final thing on my list is obviously the big one, and that is GTA 6. It's not shaping up to be. It is probably the most anticipated game of the past decade, if not of all time. I actually go as far and say of all time right now. They've sort of, I wouldn't say they've done it to themselves because the hype has just been, fans have just been building hype to a point where they are creating fan theories, not fan theories, but they're creating, fan theories. They're creating theories as to when the next trailer is going to come out. They're looking at, pictures or screenshots. They're looking at statuses that Rockstar developers will post about their Christmas gifts, and coming up with theories about those. And it's just, people need a new trailer and they need that game fast. I'm keen to see how the game does. I'm keen to see how it evolves in the formula. I want to know if Rockstar is sticking to the whole open world but linear mission structure, or they're going to give you more wiggle room to do what you want. We'll see how that goes. But
there's no way they're giving you wiggle room.
You never know.
Nah, the game would be too big.
Like it isn't already. Well, I don't know.
No, what I'm trying to say is a CD only has so much space. The more freedom you have, the more space that takes up. So that is not going to work. If a game came out with 2 discs, I'll be like, okay, they're gonna let you do whatever the fuck you want. But outside of 2 discs, ain't no fucking way.
Hey man, No Man's Sky has 18 quintillion planets and it still runs just fine on 1 CD.
Yeah, but doesn't it use cloud?
I don't know.
Yeah, Rockstar could use this exact same thing. Literally, dude, like Spider-Man, you put 80 gigs on a CD, the rest of the additional content you gotta download. Like, it's gonna happen. It is what it is. We're cloud now. Like, anyone uses CDs is ancient and archaic.
Thank you, Tommy. I was about to say the same thing. But to wrap up my...
For a single player experience?
Yes, Coon, it is, bro. God damn. It is. It's gonna be. Like, there's no fucking ways a mod pack of 119 gigs, just the mod pack for GTA 6 is 19 gigs. Just the mod pack. Just let that sink in. There's no ways that's gonna be on a CD.
GTA Online, I can totally see that. The single player game, I cannot. But it's going to come out and one of us will be telling the other, I told you so.
I bet.
Just to finish up, I say GTA 6, but I'll put an asterisk there. If it does come out this year, people are saying, no, it's going to get delayed. Other people say, no, it's not going to get delayed. There's always a chance for a delay for any game. It doesn't matter what game it is. Especially if it's a game as hyped and as, scrutinized as GTA 6. But we'll see. Also, I also want to look out for the surprise games that come out that take people by surprise. Like last year we had some of the surprise games that came out were Helldivers 2, and I say surprise, not that we didn't know it was coming out, we knew it was coming out, but nobody knew to be the runaway success that it was.
You said what 2?
Helldivers 2.
Oh, Helldivers.
Yes. Another one was the indie hit Balatro, which nominated for Game of the Year, didn't win. 2 or 3 other awards, so good for Local Thunk, the developer. So that's another surprise hit. There was another game that came out towards the end of the year that a lot of streamers got hooked onto, called Liar's Bar. Won a Steam Award for something. I forgot what it was, but it won a Steam Award. So those surprise games that will come out and nobody saw coming. I'm looking for those as well. And yeah, that's it from my side. Tame, what about you?
Once again, y'all be smoking that pack. I'll agree with y'all on the whole GTA. I mean, I don't care if it gets delayed. I don't care. Right now, there's not much you can do in GTA 5 unless to play online and get absolutely smoked by sweats and kids with a lot of cash from daddy. So I don't care how long it takes. Just bring it out. Just bring it out. Majority of my entire life this year will be playing Ready or Not, because they're bringing so many more maps and updates. They're getting far more real, to a point where it's just like, I don't think some of this should even be in a game, but hey, you're either ready or you're not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, wasn't there like a DBZ game coming out or some shit? The fact that Sparkling Zero came out and like that hype died quick the moment that game came out. Like, I wanted it, but it's to a point of like, I can wait till it's like free, unlike one of Epic Games' Christmas things.
On that note, I've noticed that niche games which are highly anticipated and hyped, when they come out, they meet the hype, but then the hype quickly dies after. Like, what you're saying for Sparking Zero reminds me of Hogwarts Legacy. Exactly.
And another thing is, everyone was talking for like 2 minutes about how Elden Ring is going to be releasing like more co-op with regards to the DLC, which I already know none of my homies finna hop on that shit and, you know, play with me. So is what it is, dog. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, look, on trying to respect every other gamer out there. Yes, every single year I'm going to be saying the same thing of you guys, like, yo, you guys are going to get eats, yo, everything's going to be, oh, yo. On a personal scale, Joe, it's like, I need to find something that's going to really want me to break my wallet, where I'm going to have to like question, like, oh, I can't buy like the latest Vans, let me actually buy this game type stuff, you know? But yeah, on a gaming scale, that's what I'm honestly expecting.
Your loyalty to Vans needs to be studied.
Dude, I don't like laces. Kill me. But anyways, esports, I'm really hoping another esport comes in. I'm tired of CS, COD, Apex Global, League of Legends. Like, something has to come through, bro. Like, Marvel Rivals, I'm putting y'all on the bat. Y'all better pull through. In regards to content creation, I need Mr. Beast to just be deplatformed. Like, okay, if not deplatformed, let him leave YouTube and go stay on Amazon. That's fine. Or start making movies. I don't know, like, he's doing too many movie series type, game competition show type stuff. And like, I don't know.
Because that gets him the most views. Like, people are beginning to get tired of his ass.
Exactly. So he can bounce. It's fine. Let us stick to the people who are struggling, because then I like to watch people struggle. It's fun. In terms of streams, I agree with Kojo in the sense that I want to start seeing new faces. I want to start seeing people like, oh, you're actually interesting. Let me watch you for the next 2 years of my entire life. A lot of OGs are most likely going to retire this year, Dashi being one of them. I'm amazed Asu came back, but that's thanks to Marvel Rivals. Now, we all know how this is going to go. The moment Marvel Rivals starts getting a ranked season, we already know Ace is going to be about that life, get into some kind of team of whatever, be a high ranking person, and then get tired of the game once the rank starts to die. And a lot of sweats, a lot of cheats start coming through, you know, the usual when it comes to a highly competitive game. Shout out to Trick2G. I hope this is not the year that you retire, my boy, because you're the only person keeping League of Legends interesting at the moment. Like, Arcane is doing its best, but I think, and this is on a personal thing, but I think Arcane though it's obviously League of Legends world, you play the game, you do not feel any of the story like enriched that you saw in Arcane. It's as if it's two separate entities. Smite 2, you better pull through hard because I'm enjoying it right now. It's the only thing that kind of brings me back to the old day MOBAs. Dota, you already Dota 2, come up with a Dota 3, Joe. Like, when have y'all ever put out new content? Come on. Like, what the heck? And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Like, 2025, I'm not looking forward to anything hectic. I just need the existing things to get better, and that's it. So, yeah, any conclusions from y'all?
No, not really.
All right, Kojo, anything from you, bro?
No, I just want to say, you say you want Marvel Rivals to pull through. Are you even playing Marvel Rivals, Tom?
No, because I don't like sweat games anymore, bro. I just like seeing people sweat. It's very nice. People who literally play this game and cry if they lose. And I'm like, dude, just go touch grass, bro. Like, log off. It's fine.
Basically, when people say sweat, they mean try hard, Maxon.
Yeah. People who smash their keyboards just trying to put an alt. Anyways, game nominees. For all of y'all listening, put your game nominees in the thing. If you win, I don't know what we'll give you, but claim it now. Trust, claim it now. So starting with Max, your game of the year nominee.
Just one, or what I think will stick out?
Just one.
Then I think we're all gonna have the same one.
Yeah, not just one. Name your give your list.
Alright, yeah, give a list. Mine's one.
6 games, which I think, okay, of the 6 games, or roughly 6, which I think will stand out this year, if they come out this year. Obviously, the big one is GTA, which will probably be the game of the year. I think another one which will stand out is Phantom Blade 0, if it comes out this year. I think if it comes out this year, I think that will probably be the action game of the year. Let's see, what else was hyped? Kojo, is Naughty Dog's game coming out this year?
Intergalactic.
Yeah.
Lord, no.
Okay, so let's see. Ghost of Yote. Do I believe in that game? I don't think so. Yeah, the standout game for me would be GTA. Some Nintendo game. Since the Switch 2 is coming out this year, it'll probably be a Mario IP, which will be the standout IP. So something from Nintendo. I'm thinking Mario. Phantom Blade 0. GTA 6. An outside contender is Ghost of Yote, but I don't really believe in that. But that's an outside contender. Does Microsoft have anything which I think will stand out? I don't believe in Avowed. Fable, I don't believe is coming out this year. I'm gonna put my head out and say we are going to get a surprise announcement of Persona 6. Persona 6 will be announced this year. I don't know if it'll come out this year, but we'll get an announcement for Persona 6 this year. And that's my game of the year nominees expectations. I really cannot think off the cuff on the top of my head of what else is going to be potentially popping off or people are anticipating. All
right, bet. Kojo?
So I have 4. Game of the year nominees is usually 6, but I have 4. I could only come up with 4. And these games are slated for 2025 by the developers and publishers. So if they don't come out this year, it's not me. I'm just going off what they said is coming out this year. So obviously, GTA 6 is one of them. Ghost of Yote is another one. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I believe that one has the opportunity to do something this year. And Metroid Prime 4. Those are my 4.
I don't even know what Metroid Prime is. All right. For me, if GTA is released, it'll be that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, to be honest. Shit, like, it's not to say, look, all the other games, even the ones you guys mentioned, if they do win Game of the Year, I'm not gonna understand why, besides sales and hype, I guess. Yeah, no game has actually fired me up for Game of the Year since Baldur's Gate. Let me put it frank and not further. Like I don't know, man.
Sorry to jump in, but niggas say since like it was 5,000 years ago. Nigga, it's been 2 years.
That's a long ass time, dog. For all y'all to be saying, oh, y'all, 2024 is a great year, nigga. Fam, I've not seen a good year since Baldur's Gate.
I agree with Kojo, given the fact that only one game can win Game of the Year 2 years ago is not that long ago.
Yeah, but for me, if it has to be a game of the year, it has to be a good game, my niggas. I don't know if I can have contenders. Like, a good game to me doesn't have contenders, my boy. Like, I agree with Max in the whole, if Nintendo put something out, you already know it's finna be banger. Like, Nintendo just never misses, bruh. And them releasing a whole ass platform in the start of this year, late. Or maybe not, who knows. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not even gonna speculate. I already know that if GTA comes out, that's gonna be tough, bro. That's gonna be tough because Nintendo, you still have that whole thing of like, not everyone has a Nintendo. But GTA, if it's released at some point by September, most likely, or even by the time the Game Awards comes out, it will then be on all platforms by that time, or obviously except Nintendo. So that's why I'm like, it's gonna be strong. Well, yeah, PC is gonna take probably a flipping long time for it to be rendered down to such. But on top of that, graphics cards for this year, I don't know.
I think it's them maximizing revenue from console sales.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll see. Plus, a lot of graphics cards, like new gens, are coming out this year as well. So on a tech side, I'm excited about that. But game side, it's just GTA at this point. I might get a Nintendo, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. And that's pretty much it, man. Y'all got any conclusions before we wrap it up? Like a Willy.
From my side, it's just two things. One, these speculative release windows, most games will probably get delayed. I'm expecting that. And then second, last year we didn't account for, when we were giving our Game of the Year nominees, we didn't account for surprise drops like Astrobot. Like Black Myth Wukong was a shoo-in. We all thought, okay, it's locked in, and it did look locked in until Astrobot out of nowhere just got announced and released. So this year I'm making allowances for such a scenario of a random ass game we were not expecting getting announced and then released on the same year, and ending up being a Game of the Year nominee, and we'd look at it and scratch our heads like, is it really? But it's there anyway.
Imagine It Takes Two becomes It Takes Four, or Overcooked 3 comes out. Then it's that's going to be my surprise, that I'll be like, oh, okay, shit, yep, this will be it. Or Lethal Company 2. Oh my days. But yeah, Kojo, any ending off for you, bro?
No, just it's gonna be an interesting year. Let's get it.
Better be. For me, I look forward to seeing y'all pop through the streams. Reminder that we do play with viewers. So, pull through, do some things. And we're going to be doing more challenges this year. So if you've got a game that you're playing, that you see us playing, and you need something completed, like a challenge, or you farming something, pull through, we'll help you, bro. At this point, 2025 was all about keeping together. You know what I'm saying? It's the year of the 9 if you're into that astrological shit. But anyways, keep it good, keep it Gucci. It's been your boy Tom Ziri, bringing you the weekly patch notes of the year ahead for X2 Skip podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see more of you, and for you to hear more of us for the year to come. It's going to be a dope year. Let's make it dope. Let's get that bread digitally, and I don't know, let's make the most of it. Play on, play off, all that type of stuff. Don't play yourself. Thanks to Kojo, thanks to Max. Hope to see you guys a whole lot more with more guest appearances coming up. Hint, hint. But it's been your boy Tom Ziri, and we'll check you guys in the episodes to come. Happy New Year once again. Peace out.